Hi everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to the August Monthly WARNO tournament from SD League. Yes, we are back with our tournament cast. Today we are with Tman and Adler. Adler has a funny name here, but that's who we've got. Tman, obviously a veteran of the tournament so far. Looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table this time round. Now, there is, of course, this time a veteran league and a newbie league, shall we say. You know, the people who are new to the game, the people who are lower down the rank ladder, and obviously at the end of the month, people can move up to the veteran league and down to the other league. And we'll do some casts from both. It's always good to cast new players, I find, because they play in interesting ways. They bring in new interesting tactics that we don't necessarily see from the more established players. So, Tman is playing over on the right as the 39th Infantry, and over on the left we have the 7th Panzer Division with Adler. Let's have a look at what Tman's got down. Good spread here of Razvedka going to the front there. Here we've got a command BMP3, Conkers and Adler all heading up to the front there. Good choices. That means we've got two ATGMs, one from the BMP3, one from the Conkers. In the centre here, we have a command and two Rapira guns. Rapiras, very good, obviously. They do have their ATGMs. Cannons, pretty good. Killed easily by artillery, I'm finding, but otherwise are quite effective at being in a forest. Down here at the bottom, we have two Iglers, a supply. Always nice to see a supply early. A Sapri, a Mostrelki, and two Mostrelki BMPs in BMP3s. Interested to see what's going over there, but good amount of units going in here. A little message from hello, watch me die inside. Adler not feeling very confident here. Have confidence in yourself. You're in the veteran league for a reason. You wouldn't be there unless Protoss thought you should be there. Special Alf Clara getting pushed up nice and early in here. We've got a single Mod Alf Clara going to this point. Very, very little going to that point for Adler. Some more recon heading in there as well. Lots of recon going in there for Adler. And then a load of stuff back here. So we've got two Cubs. Wow, it is early for two Cubs. That is an expensive outlay. We've got a command tank, two T-72Ms, three sets of Motsuchin and BMP-1s, a mortar, a Conkers, and some munitions. That's a very impressive outlay of tanks and Cubs. That's, you know, they're expensive at the start. The Cub, for example, 110 points. Two Cubs, 220 points. For your initial assault force, going into Cubs it's a lot. You're thinking your opponent's going to bring out a lot of aircraft. Motsuchin there, obviously not too expensive. The T-72M, 165 points apiece. We'll see how that pans out. Early caps for Tman, already +6. Dropping down to +3. He will get a command in the top sooner than Adler. Adler is bringing in other units now, though. He is bringing in Conkers, a command, and some Igler. Good choices. Conkers staving off anyone pushing across there, except infantry, of course. Razvedka pushing right up to the front here. Really, really curious what these BMP3s are going to do. I'm a little bit worried that Tman is going to be quite low in numbers of infantry in the town here, because it feels like there's a lot coming in for Adler. More reinforcements coming in the back there. T-62MV coming in for the top point. I think we're going to see a little bit of a build-up of forces, but we're going to see some early skirmishes down here. Conkers already firing at these vehicles. Nice, easy kill there. Marker has gone down there from Tman. He doesn't have anything to kill it yet, though. Special Alf Clara obviously do have ground surveillance radar. Have some good eyes on. Already seeing those Motorstocky in that building there, which are being peppered by the T-72s. Definitely outnumbered in the middle here. What is happening with these BMP-3s? They're being moved right up to the front here. BMP-3s are very good fire support. I mean, they've got an autocannon and a main cannon that can both fire at the same time. Smoke going down on his tanks there. That is a very, very Wargame Red Dragon tactic. Smoking your own tanks. I believe the the T-72Ms, they do have the smoke launchers, don't they? Yeah, they do. They do have the little smoke launchers on there. It's only the standard T-72 that doesn't. Oh, Tman deploying his motorstrike just in time there as the vehicle they were in gets destroyed by the Conkers. Another Conker's coming out for these guys. Is there going to be a loss of a squad? Nope, deployed just in time. Missile actually misses, but that could have been nasty. Oh, T-72's getting some shots off on that squad anyway. Doesn't actually seem to do much damage, though. Must have got a miss. Oh, the fire support from these tanks being very effective right now. Look at these poor motorstrike getting absolutely wrecked. Like I say, I'm very worried that there's not enough infantry in here for Tman. He is bringing in some more there, some more RPOs. T-80BV coming in as well. Counter cap going in at the top there, so we're all neutralized. Tman obviously slightly in the lead. Oh, BMP-1's getting some shots across here. Here we go. Tman making use of those BMP-3s and the motorstrike, pushing up the side here. This could be devastating for these tanks. Adler could be in trouble here. Oh, beautiful choice. Mi-24D anti-tank coming in here will make short work of these BMP-3s. Unfortunately, wasting its rockets to some extent. Those rockets need to be used on the infantry. There we go. That's better. The tanks can take care of the BMP-3s, but those infantry need to be absolutely annihilated by those MIs. That was an SU-25 rocket attack going down. Obviously, those Cubs tearing it apart, and two anti-air jets coming in, MiG-21s from Adler there. A big investment on anti-air. He does not want any aircraft coming near him. One squad of motorstrike were killed here. Another one being hammered pretty hard. Adler looking quite strong at the bottom here at the moment. Has managed to clear up most of this here. Panzerjäger coming around the back. Just those Motorrazvedka left. They will be spotted by the Mi-2. Are there any rockets left? No, it is out of rockets. Could hit it with the Gatling gun though. Yeah, they're seen. Being fired at. Another T-80BV coming in there. Obviously, these are to try and deal with these T-72s. Adler looking strong at the bottom there. Not really any movement at the top. A little bit of shifting of some units around the top here. There is an Mi-2 there guarding that area. There we go. Mi-24 brought over to attack these with its cannon. Gatling gun will make all the difference. Tman looking like he's struggling a little bit in the town here. Though, that said, look at this. These squads getting hit pretty hard. Don't get me wrong. It's not looking great for Tman either. But equally, these squads looking a little bit in pain. Conkers are out of missiles. Making these tanks coming in this way very strong right now. MTLB's pushing up. I think they're looking for that Conkers. Conkers is about to get rearmed though. Mi-24 being moved up here. Mortars going down on those recon. T-62 about to take it. Oh, Conkers misses. That was close. Sapri getting hit pretty hard down here. T-80 providing some good fire support though. The other one is about to arrive. Conkers is rearmed. Mi-24 taking out these Motorrazvedka. Igler not in range to hit those choppers. T-62 looking in a nasty position here. Does manage to smoke itself. Doesn't quite get the kill on the Conkers. All change at the bottom here. Adler all the way up to this point. Also coming in here. Obviously wanting to be ready to deal with those choppers. And one at the top as well. Motorrazvedka getting torn apart by everything. A couple of T-55s coming in now. Another T-80BV coming in at the top there as well. This T-80 has been repaired. This one coming in at the bottom. Still a good set of forces here. Obviously needing some repair. And some repair is on the way. A load more Motsuchin in BMP-1s on the way as well. A couple more T-72s, one at the top, one at the bottom. Another BMP3 coming in at the back there. That T62 needs some repair, and there it comes. Conkers versus T80BV. T80BV should win this fight. If it doesn't miss its shots. That is, of course, the risk. It's missing a lot, and it's not even that stressed out yet. Currently stunned. Can take another couple of hits. And there we go. It gets the kill. Will need a repair, but looking good. Tman, however, not looking so hot in the town here. Sapri hanging on for dear life. One squad member left there. Just hanging on with one. A couple of squads still alive back here, but looking a lot better for Adler here. More BMP3s coming in for the middle now. T80 being used rather effectively. I'm surprised those were visible, to be honest. I guess the Motorazvedka could see them. Smoke coming in down there. Good use of smoke by Adler. Not something we see used a lot for covering tanks in this game. Very much something we see more in Wargame Red Dragon. SU anti-tank coming in there. Didn't actually fire because the smoke went down. Took a hit. Will be out for repair for a little while. T62 trundling in for the top there. More Conkers coming in for the top for Adler. Adler making slow progress here. I mean, the thing is, he's only sending 1 or 2 squads against the 2 squads in here, and he is doing damage, but obviously he's taking a lot of fire. He's not actually in the buildings either at the moment, so he is taking extra damage. He's not getting any defensive bonus from being in a building. Those are the Motsuchin pushing up now, along with those T-72s. He really needs to clear out this town completely and then put the pressure on the forest at the back to get rid of that command from Tman. Tman just slowly building up forces everywhere. Oof. Nasty loss in the middle of his Igla there. T-72 trying to push out. Ooh, Conker's there. Taking a shot at the T-62. This could be painful. Misses. Where is that T-62 going? It is moving up to that tree line. Surely this is going to be a nasty hit from the Conkers. Yeah. Smoke goes down. It's not going to stay there. Ongoing fighting down here. These Motostrelki trying to get in there, but taking a lot of fire on their way in. Some good fire support from the back here against these Motsuchin, but there's 3 squads in there. This Sapri RPO is doomed, surely. Even with the fire support. Poor Motsuchin BTR definitely stun locked there. Motorazvedka trying to push up into that little tree line there, which isn't actually any cover, I don't think. What is it? I'm actually curious. Maybe it is. I can't see in... Oh, that's frustrating. You can't... Your cursor doesn't change in the replay. So I can't see if that's cover or not. It must be cover. Oh, Tman wouldn't have moved it there. Oh, wow. These Motsuchin moved all the way to the edge. And they are getting absolutely railed on by the BMP3, the T80. Oh, that is a bad place to be. Oh. There we go. They've moved back. Realised his mistake. Some Conkers up here not being deployed yet. Conker trying to hit the BMP3. Oh, beautiful strike. BMP3 gets absolutely annihilated there. Such good units, but you've got to take care of them. They cannot take a hit from a big ATGM. Everyone behaving themselves. No one trying to get anything around the back in this game. All these BMP1s and T-72s pushing up here now. Putting the pressure on this corner. A little bit more aggression from Adler. It's a good thing. Not ideally having units on the edge of that town, though. He needs to get in and kill this T-80. He should be able to. He has enough units there. He needs to be aggressive with these tanks, though. He needs to push them out. He needs to kind of just overwhelm that T-80 and accept that you might lose a tank, but if you go one at a time, then the T-80 will win. Mi-24 getting some cheeky kills from the back here. There's no AA up at the front, obviously. There is some Iglers further back. Strela being called in now. Good use of smoke to protect those tanks, but the T-80 survives that, which is probably the worst thing. More supply coming in to repair that T-80. Couple of AA jets coming in here looking for that Mi-24K. Gets the kill. Not a lot of AA up there. Just one OSA. Admittedly, Adler's not using a lot of aircraft, so perhaps doesn't need to be too much AA on T-Man's side, just something to deal with choppers. T-Man's hanging on in there. 25 minutes left of this game. We're not even at halfway mark yet. But he has the lead in points. Wow, the BMP-3. Look at the shots it's getting there. It shouldn't even be able to see that according to the outline. It's like maybe just touching the corner of that building. That is like a shockingly good shot. Line of sight tool lies, people. It lies. T-80 pushing around this way. Nice kill on another BMP-1 there. An SU was destroyed. I'm really not even sure what killed that SU anti-tank. Maybe there's an AA jet from T-Man? I didn't see one come out. Very definitive front line in this fight. T-Man's trying to breach that front line by going around the middle. Conker's there. Oh, this could be... Oh, that is a nasty loss of that supply vehicle. That was coming in for the T-80. A little bit of a push going on up here from T-Man. Doing the zombie push with the Motorstrelky BMP, just running across open ground. He's going for that building, I think. I'd be surprised if he isn't. They are really stressed out, though. T-62s providing good fire support across the open ground. T-80 here getting shot at by a T-72 and some BMPs, and another T-72. Good effort from T-Man to get through the middle and around the back there, but didn't quite pan out. More Motorstrelky coming in for the bottom here. Can't believe those Motorstrelky are still alive in this fight. They are completely stressed out. The cohesion is low. Fire support is coming in from those T-62s. Oh my word, he's managed to dislodge Adler's units. I am genuinely shocked. I honestly thought those Motorstrelky would be dead by now. T-55 is being moved around to try and fire at them. He does manage to get the kill on those units. He's pushed the Conkers out of position. Means T-Man can push up. Rapira here taking shots at this building. Oof. Nice kill on the transport vehicle at the back there. Must have good line of sight on the back there. Reasonable. Special Av Clara are giving it line of sight into that tree line. T-80 BV pushing up quite aggressively here. T-Man thinking twice. And Mi-24 knocking around. Igler takes a shot at it. Misses. Osa being moved up to position as well. It's trying to take a shot at something. Oh, Igler gets a hit. MI-24D taking shots at these transport vehicles. Igla gets a second hit. It will take 3. Tman's making a push. Just as the T-72M1s arrive. Look at this Rapira just trundling across the field. Ooh. Almost got a nice hit on the T-72. Couple of grenade launchers coming in there as well. What's happening at the bottom? Very little at the moment. A little bit worried that Adler's kind of stalled again, and it means that Tman's just hanging on in there while managing to push quite hard at the top. He's certainly pushing Adler back here. His units are all the way at the front. He's got another T-62 coming in. He's got a lot of BMP-3s and Motostrelki coming in. He's determined to push and hold this point. Currently +2 to Tman. We're now at the halfway mark of the game. And if Tman's pushing the top, Adler needs to push the bottom really at this point. Needs to do an aggressive push. As we know from these games, if your opponent pushes one side, you need to be pushing the other. Because if your opponent can afford to push one side, they have obviously underinvested in the defense, and you should be able to push there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's the plan. And Adler is indeed on the move again. Needs to just try and get in and absolutely slam this T-80. Rocket attack coming in there, taking shots from anti-air. Cubs are a little bit far back now, so they didn't quite hit it. MiG-21's flying across there. They are flying over the air defense zone. Have taken quite a bit of damage. They'll be out repairing for a while. Rocket attack coming back in. Does finally take a hit from that Cub, though. Goes down. Tman looking in firm control of this top point. Will he keep pushing? Will he aggressively push into this back point? It is distinctly possible. Push still going on from Adler here. He really just needs to ram into this T-80 with all of his tanks at once and focus fire it down. He needs to kill that T-80. If the T-80 is dead, he can move his infantry up. He's pulling back again. Oh, there he goes. He's got it. He's got it. That was the main thing. He had to kill that tank. Mi-24 taking off now. He now needs to worry about the BMP-3 at the back, which is out of missiles. It's only got its main gun. Igla's moving up. Tman still being quite aggressive at the top. They did push the T-80 out. Got a couple of Iglas here to deal with, but they should be quickly dealt with. HE bomb coming in here, going for the Rapira at the back. Oh! Annihilated by the Osa and the Igla before it even dropped its bombs. That was a nasty loss. Mi-24 VP taking shots at these tanks. Nice kill. Very nice kill. Igla not quite in a position to hit that Mi-24. Grenade launchers engaging on that Pioneer Flam, but the Pioneer Flam obviously in a building, has the defense of the building, and manages to kill that pretty easily. BMP-3 annihilating that Igla. Look at Tman at the top. He is moving these units up. I think he's still going to push. These BMP-3s getting... Oh, they're not going straight into this forest, though. I thought he would just go straight in. A couple of Iglas coming in at the back there. More Motostrelki and BMP-3s coming in down the bottom here. Panzerjäger pushing up this way, but taking a lot of fire as they go across from that BMP-3. BMP-3 manages to rout them. Obviously, again, it's that autocannon and the tank gun combination. Devastatingly powerful. Even with the nerf to the autocannons, still a very strong unit when used effectively. Just got to keep it alive. It doesn't take a lot of punishment. There's those mortar strelky pushing through the forest at the top now. I expect we'll see them hitting those T-72s sooner rather than later. Rapira coming in down the bottom here. He's obviously found that this is a good place to sit a unit, and indeed it is. I mean, look at the sight from there. If you sit it over in the middle, it can see through to the buildings. And if you sit it at the edge here, it can see all of this side. So it's a really good position for a unit. Look at the range on that. It can shoot all the way over there. All the way to this point, that road. So anything brought in that road as a reinforcement is susceptible to that gun. It's a really nice position. I'll have to remember that one next time I'm playing on this map. What shall I keep pushing through here? I'm really curious to see if they manage to get some kills on these T-72s. How's this T-80 looking in terms of what I can see? Not very much. Mi-24 finally takes a couple of hits and is retreating for a rearm. Another T-62 coming in there. Another two T-62s. One's heading to the middle, though. Ooh. T-55 destroyed there, but the Rapira goes down as well. Very much destroyed in the middle of the field there. Here we go. Mortar Strelky kills something on their way in. The munitions. So the T-72s are going to run away. Almost got some sneaky kills on those T-72s. +2 still to T-Man. A win in 14 minutes. 15 minutes left of the game. He's hanging on in there down the bottom. He's got all these mortar strelky just sat here. I assume he's going to try and move them into the town eventually. More Razvedka coming in now. T-Man looking pretty solid at this point. He's got a good lead in points. He's got a good defense at the top of the map. It'll be very hard now for Adler to push back in there. Everything's a bit of a funnel here as well, and he's got those BMP3s lined up to shoot anything that comes around this corner. Motsuchin BTR's moving up to the forest. Obviously they will try and get in here. Oh, deploying before they get there. Very sensible. Just in case the RPGs fire out at them. Here we go. T-Man is making a move for the city. All of his infantry pushing up. BMP3s in the Rapira firing in from the back. Look at the fire support on that building. Absolutely annihilating those squads. Wow. BMP3s. Devastating when used like that. Good use of flamethrowers here, but one flame squad almost dead already from all of that supporting fire. Motsuchin BTR squad in the middle of that town, not looking very healthy at all. 30mm grenade launcher at the back, getting some good shots off. But those BMP3s just coming in and absolutely annihilating stuff. Rapira's firing in from the back. Good line of tanks here, but is it enough to hold back the tide of infantry? T-Man's making a good go of it. He's lost a squad of infantry up here. Mortars coming in. Ooh. T-80's taken a nasty hit, probably from those conkers down there. Look at this. Look at those BMP3s tearing apart those infantry. Just the constant stream of fire. These units sat inside the ruins at the moment. Special Alf Clara taking fire from the BM. Look at that. BMP3s are just laying waste to everything here. You know, you sometimes forget how much damage they can do against infantry when you've got a few of them. That Rapira can see that tank, I think. Not quite in range of the missile, though. And Mi-24 coming in there. No anti-air at the front. He will need anti-air. Bringing in a load more infantry. Couple of choppers coming in. Osa is pushing up in the middle. This is the big push here from Adler. I mean, this is his final attempt to get through. BMP3's pulled back a bit, so they're slightly out of range of the tank guns. It's a lot of tank guns and stuff moving in here. This is a big force. He can push this forward, but he's got to be aggressive. If he stalls, then it allows all of these ATGMs and tanks to pick off tanks. That's the worry. If they're only fighting one tank at a time, they win. C-22 HE bomber coming in here, taking a lot of fire. Does get the kill on the chopper, though. Well, that saves bringing in anti-air, I guess. Oh, jet goes down. Jet goes down. I mean, it's an unfortunate loss, but that chopper was going to be more of a problem than he would have liked. Unfortunately, Adler has stalled at the top. 11 minutes left of this game. The win is surely going to go to Tman here. The stall at the top of that push means that Tman will remain in control. The smoke going down here, it's a good shout. But as soon as he goes through the other side of that smoke, he's going to be facing off against multiple tanks, multiple BMP3s, the Rapier as well. AA jets coming in there, taking a lot of fire from the Osa in the middle. And Tman still got this ongoing push here, and he's not doing badly. Tanks and BMP3s pushing around the side there. I think he's lost a BMP3, but... and a lot of damage to these units down here, but there is supplies coming in. 2 more tanks here taking shots at these T-72s. T-72s being the problem right now in the fact that they can give fire support, but that T-55 is surely under pressure now. Tman pushing across the entire map. Now, this is looking good for Adler here. He's got a lot of tanks moving in. He's got a lot of infantry. But he needs to push, and he needs to do it quickly. 9 minutes left of this game. He could potentially turn it around if he can annihilate Tman's front line. But I'm just not seeing it happening. I think Tman's too well entrenched now. He is struggling to kill these tanks at the bottom, though. Really struggling. The T-72s are really holding their own. Pulling these tanks back again there. Nine minutes left. Still +2 to Tman. Really big lead now. These tanks taking ATGM fire from the other side of the map, and the Conkers here. They're going to get side shot. They can't protect every side here. Ooh, that is a lucky tank. The Conkers missed. This thing is out of missiles. Has managed to get infantry in here, fighting against these Motorstrelki. Tman just staying the course, keeping his tanks in position. More Motorstrelki coming in there. More Motorstrelki coming in from the bottom as well. 8 minutes left of this game. Tman looking like he's going to take the bottom point as well at the moment. And unfortunately, I just don't think Adler has the pushing force to take the top. He's trying to repair his tanks at the moment, but with only 8 minutes left, it's not going to be enough time to catch up in points at the current rate. This is looking very much like Tman's game. He's played hard here to defend this bottom point. Just hang on in there. Adler was really putting on the pressure a few times, but some really nice positioning at the back in this tree line. I mean, that tree line. Please remember that tree line, people, because that has been probably devastating for Adler, because it's so far out the back, but it's allowed Tman to get some really good shots off towards the center of this point. Tman being a little bit pushy at the top here with his tanks. ATGM going for that. Nice kill on the recon. He's trying to finish off these Motsuchin. There's the surrender. Commiserations to Adler. Well played to Tman. Really hard fought game. Look at how close the kills and losses were in this game. I am not surprised at all by that, because it genuinely looked like at one point Adler had a lot more on the map than Tman, and I think he just managed to turn it around to balance it back out. But really good game, guys. Let's have a look at those kills and losses. T80, yeah, I mean T80s obviously do really well. We're not going to give that MVP. What we got at the other side, Conker's doing pretty well. I mean, the Conkers are going to get MVP by the looks of it, if we're not giving it to a tank. Motorstrelky did pretty well too. I think the Conkers and the Motorstrelky get MVP here. Good job from them both, but lots of losses on both sides. A really tough match for both players. Let's head straight into game number 2. Welcome back everyone to game number 2 with Adler and Tman. Adler playing as the French 5th E, and Tman playing as my favourite, the 35th Airborne. Let's have a look. Adler has down loads of recon across the front, including plenty of AMX-10s, devastating units. And at the back here, we've got quite a lot going to this part of the map. Not a huge amount going to the centre. We've got some Grenadier Voltigeurs and a Mistral going in the middle there. Mistral going to the top here. And at the back here, we've got 2 Roland 2s, a VAB, some AMX-10Ps with some chasseurs, and an AMX-30B2. Big spread down the bottom. What we got on the other side? A little message again from Adler. Come on, French buyers, do something. We've got Desert Nicky pushing up to this side, not too far forward, interestingly. Spetsnaz going up here, and Spetsnaz OP into this area, not being too aggressive there either. Here we have Conkers, surely. Yeah, Conkers going into that building, the standard place. We've got D44 cannon, we've got a grenade launcher, we've got some Spetsnaz GRU, and a command. Down here we've got D44 and Metis heading into this point to defend it. And here we've got, again, another D44 cannon from Spetsnaz, Spetsnaz OP. And then right at the back here, we've got a couple of Strelas and a Cooler, Spetsnaz Commander, and a couple of Supply all heading up to here. Something's going very aggressive. Is that the Akula? Oh yeah, the Akula is going in deep. Wow. Okay, let's reset. Let's reset. This could be interesting. That Akula might get wrecked by a jet coming in, if Adler has any anti-air jets. Akula could also get wrecked by the 2 Roland 2s, but that is an AA chopper, so it is going to go for the Alouette. Can also fire at the AMX-10, obviously. It does have anti-ground Gatling guns, so can fire that AMX-10. Will make short work of the AMX-10. Alouette. Oh, Alouette dodges. Is it relining? It's relining up to fire at something. What's it at? There we go. Firing at the AMX. Oh, absolutely annihilated. I'd love seeing an AMX-10 die. Those are the bane of my existence. The AMX-10 RC. Stealth recon tank. It's so ridiculous. It's so weak in its armor, but it's so stealthy. Oh, Akula's going in for the kill. I think that was a bit of tunnel vision there. He saw the VAB command and just went for it. Roland's absolutely annihilating the Akula. That's an expensive early loss. They are not cheap. Akula's here taking a lot of fire from that grenade launcher. Grenade launcher in a nice position there. Look at the range on that. Very nicely, with the aid of the Spetsnaz GRU, being able to see quite far across this point. It's quite nice positioning there. I will say that. Meta's pushing up quite aggressively here into this forest. Okay, so we're settling into our standard straight line here. No command in the middle yet for... Surely there's one on the way. This VAB will surely head over there. Currently +3 to Tman. That's a nice early start. 14 minutes for the win. Marker gone down on the Spetsnaz there that have been seen on the edge of the forest and kind of gone onto the rocks. Strela's pushing up here as well. Spetsnaz Commander. Oh, I think Tman's going to try and get in the corner at this point. And there's nothing there defending it. He's pulled the MX-10 out. He's going for the middle. Oh, wow. Is this going to be completely undefended? No, he is bringing in some reinforcements. They're just taking a while. Tman might be in the point by then. He's moving up his cannons as well. Very, very, very slowly. They're working really hard here, guys. They're working really, really hard with that cannon. You'd think the Designating Metis would go over and give them a hand. BMD coming in down the bottom as well. Metis, Spetsnaz Gru heading for the center. Very defensive from Tman here with the Spetsnaz. Not too aggressive. Quite often, you know, you see these guys used early on to be quite pushy and try and hold the other side of these points. But he's being quite standoffish with these. Keeps them alive at least. Command finally going into the center for Adler. He will make that neutral. But at the same time, this Spetsnaz commander is going into this bottom point. Alouette coming around here. Strellas will not be able to see it because they're in the forest. More and more coming in for the center there. I'm more worried about the bottom for Adler. I think there's a good spread of units around the center for Tman. I think he'll be able to hold. But the bottom, I don't think that Adler's going to be able to hold versus what's coming in. These are actually arriving sooner than I expected. I genuinely thought that Tman would already be into this point. But he's not. He's sitting outside it. So these guys will actually deploy. D44 cannon should be able to return fire on that. Misses. Designating Metis is being pushed up. D44 gets the kill. A little bit of skirmishing up here. Spetsnaz going in quite aggressive now. Wow. We'll be taking fire from the AMX-10. Do manage to get a kill on the other vehicle there, the VLRA. Mistral taking a lot of fire. AMX-10 still managing to shoot at these. BMD-2 moving up. Oh, firing at the Mistral as well. Doesn't quite get the kill. Surely will move up to get the AMX-10 RC though. Metis there getting hit pretty hard from everything in the middle. Spetsnaz doing a good job down here though. Those chasseurs getting ripped apart. Sappo's Flam have pulled quite far back. Really good job here from Tman. Really good job. He's pushing pretty hard at this point. MiG-29 flying in around the back there. Looking for some kills. I mean, it's taking a lot of fire. Metis being moved in there now as well. But that 30mm grenade launcher is doing an amazing job in there. I tell you what, some of the positioning of Tman's forces in these games, really good. Never really thought about putting a 30mm that far forward, but I tell you what, if you put it in there with a Spetsnaz Gru, with that ground surveillance radar, it seems to have a really good line of sight. Look at it hitting those units all the way at the back there. That is fantastic. Command is in the bottom point for Tman. He will completely cap that point as there is no counter command in there. +4 to Tman. Win in 9 minutes. 33 minutes left of the game. He's taken a lot of damage to his infantry, but he does have his command in. HE Bomber in the middle here. Where is that MiG-29? It is not in the map. HE Bomber taking fire from the... Oh, HE Bomber is down. What got the kill there? Was that the Igla? Youch. Chopper goes down over here. Oh, command taking fire from a couple of Alpha 1s or just one Alpha 1? One Alpha 1. Command will retreat out the point though. Can quite happily do that. Another command is on the way in for that point. But there's a nice early bonus for Tman here. He will be pleased with that. T-64 coming in. My favourite tank. We're going to zoom in on that. Look at that sexy beast. Oh, best tank in the game. You can take your T80 UDs. I will take the T64 BV any day of the week. Look at that thing go. I love that tank. Empty Voltica's coming in for the bottom as well. BMD2 chasing down the Sapper's Flam. That is not going to be good for the Sapper's Flam. Tman pushing across the middle now, being quite aggressive here. He's managed to force the command to leave. Artillery finally coming on that building now. Will finally take out that 30mm grenade launcher. I tell you what though, I will be very disappointed if that 30mm grenade launcher doesn't get MVP. It must have killed a lot. It's done a lot of damage if nothing else. That was a good position. Very impressed with that. Doesn't need to be BMD pushing up here. The Spetsnaz getting repaired and rearmed. Spetsnaz commander can be moved back in as and when needed. Mortars coming in on the middle here. Tman just laying on the pressure. Look at this at the top as well. He's got loads of units up here. I always forget the top, but he is still moving. AMX-10 surviving over here. Ducking back down below the tree line. Or below the hill line, I should say. Look at it. Retreating. Such a good unit. Peeking over, taking a shot, retreating. Tman looking in a very strong position already here. He's managed to force Adler out the center pretty much. Alf 1 is doing a really good job, by the way. Can I just say, that is doing an amazing job. Hitting these buildings, doing a lot of damage to particular squads of infantry. Command back in here, back to +3 only for Tman. He will get his command back in this point. And get back to +7. 30 minutes to go. Tman, as I say, looking very strong in this game. I just don't think it's gone well for Adler since he lost this bottom point early on. There's Nicky BMD coming in here. He's looking thin on the ground is the issue. It's just looking very red. I think he's lost more here than Tman. Mortar's doing a good job along with the artillery here, just harassing. But Tman, look at him pushing across the middle as well. And there's nothing long range there. There's nothing long range to stop his vehicles. Tman can move up his tanks and a recon vehicle without being shot at. That way there's no fear. BMD2s, look at them go. Again, it's just that multitude of autocannon fire. Just does so much damage. Spetsnaz commander back in. It is +5. He just needs to kill that to get that to +7. And I think he'll do it. He's pushing quite hard here. 3 minutes to the victory. He's still trying to kill that commander, and there's the surrender. Commiserations, Adler. Well played in both of those games, though, but very well played to Tman. Yeah, bit of a difference in kills to losses there, as kind of expected. Let's have a quick look at those kills and losses. Really curious how well that 30mm grenade launcher did. I think he got 1 kill. I think it got 1. That's really disappointing. It was doing so much damage. It deserves to be MVP for the amount of damage it was doing. Yeah, a shorter game there, guys, but really well played to both of you. Congratulations to Tman for winning both of those. Commiserations again to Adler. Stay tuned to the channel. We will have more from the WARNO Monthly Tournament as we go on. Do check out Tman at the link below. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all soon.